Hey now, good morning. All right, we're going to look at the pre-market low, pre-market high. This could be close. Broke out of yesterday's. Our action market theory real quick. Our little volume profile that we need. 30 on. Morning control has moved up, which means that this could be continuing up. Want to go long maybe here, but this has been bouncing a couple times. I think we still want that. Play right into here. We could have went for one more contract. Stop's a little loose. I don't necessarily love that context, but yeah, a little loose here. I'm going to play right back into point of control. I prefer not to be risking this little. We probably should go for bigger risk to reward. It is a good point here off this shoulder, but probably go for a better risk to reward here. So I think I'm going to cut this one. And let's look for some longs in general. We might play off the pre-market high. I think that might be the better option here. Play 3 off the pre-market high. We'll go right here. The problem with being this close to shoulder, we might have to play off like that. The shoulder does look good. It's just not giving us good. We're a little hasty, but we had to act quick because we're in this corner. That's it. So in general, this node I don't mind here. And the pre-market high I don't mind. Bounce off that pre-market. All right, as for the price action view, have a little look here. 630, we have 1, 2, so that gave us our 1-to-1 here. I got filled. Hasn't really been another opportunity. We have a little bit of a bull trap here. This could try and force its way down a little bit. As we can see, we did hit point of control on this volume profile range, but it wasn't a good risk to reward for us. But notice, right back to point of control, right off the shoulder, back to point of control. We just didn't like the risk to reward. So let's see if we can play something. We probably could have played the top side of point of control, top side of the shoulder here. But yeah, in general, yeah, it's a little tricky. I think I'm going to take off this node. We're going to play pre-market high. And I think the only thing I can do is kind of keep an eye out for some kind of break here and continuation. Since point of control is moved up higher, that is bullish. So we'll see if we continue on. Besides that, that's pretty much all I would do. I'd probably leave my order here. I'm going to keep an eye on this break. If it's a 2-bar break, increase volume, clean price action, we're going to take that long. Let's look a little bit more macro. So I think, is this all-time highs? This is all-time highs. So very bullish on the flagging. Really amazing to me, actually, that we've been just having this insane bull run on a daily. Just absolutely insane. So in general, though, we don't want to fight nothing. We don't want to fight no trend. Let's see if we're in it real quick. Let's hide this for a second. 630 in decrease volumes. No new bidders on the 15-minute. All right. It. So for the morning, I'd probably leave my order right here off this low. I would expect we get a little 20-point bounce off that. Whatever. Let's go on. Where's the right? All right. So yeah, that's it for the morning. I walk away typically. I might just keep an eye out for a 2 bar break continuation. Besides that, that is all we need. Trade. I'm done from here on out. Um, yeah. So we're gonna be doing some back testing in a second. I'm gonna get some coffee, and this is literally all we need. So I'll be back. Okay, here we are. All right, so we got our cup of coffee here. Let's have a look at what we think is going to happen. Nice extension here. Price action, right? All-time highs. Consolidation. I think this is going to do another leg up. Almost imagine it still hitting the hundreds up here. We want confirmation. We want to see a good break here. We want to see a good break, and then that will give us conviction to get into the trade. Yeah, we can. Let's take that little. Kind of happened very quick. I can just in time. But was it 1-to-1? I think I got a bad entry. I got it filled like up here. Could have put a limit down here. That would have been better for 20. So just missed that trade this morning, but that's all right. There's a lot of opportunities left on this market. So coffee and see what we can get going here. Little update for the performance. So we started off with 247 loss, nice 870 win, 494 loss, 214 win yesterday. Had a couple crazy trades. I think one of these trades actually was a 2-second trade. Absolutely insane. See if I could find it. Actually, I don't know if one. Yeah, right here. Look at this. Look at that duration. I went long, and it immediately tagged me out. I've never had that happen so quickly on a like just regular brackets that I was in. Let me see this. Where are we at here? Let's see here, overnight session. Show you guys, it was hilarious. There it is. I mean, look at these days. This was just insane. This was like no peace deal. Trump's going to hold off on closing the strait until whatever. It just goes 200 points up, 200 points. Just unbelievable. But anyways, this is our fill. We came down into this range here. And I think it was the pre-market high. I think it was pre-market high. Pre-market low. I forget exactly what we did. Oh, you know what? It might have been a point of control bounce. But we accelerated so fast. Oh, it was off like a shoulder of liquidity is what it was. It was like off this shoulder of liquidity. I don't really remember exactly what it was. Need this whole context. I think it was like, I forget exactly where it was. But nonetheless, it immediately wicked down, it filled it almost immediately. It was insane. 2 seconds. We had this massive shutdown. It was just a funky day. This is just insane. This has got to be having Wall Street just cracking up, dude. All right. Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. I was like, what in the world is happening right now? All right. I'm thinking about doing a kind of like work. I'm working the barber right now, but going full time grading kind of a series like day one all the way up to like however many days it takes me to go full time trading. So I think that would be something fun. It'd be a lot of work though. I don't know if I have it. I don't know if I got that. All right. This is going to be sitting around for a minute. Let's do a little bit of back testing here. Let me see here. Here. Does show the screen. Okay. Go trade Zella then. Probably just going to cut this just for 1 second. All right. So let's do a little bit of back testing in the meantime. We'll have this ready. Ooh, we have a little bit of breakout there. So we need volume to pick up, and ideally we want volume to be bigger than this bar here or this bar here, both of these bars. So I need this volume to reach and get above at least this bar here, at least. Ideally above this bar, but this bar is kind of insane. It's like almost the biggest bar of the day. So that would be ideal. Check the volume a little bit. Still, this isn't a bad area to go long. Although it's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times it's kind of touched in there. I'm not too interested. I think we'll just wait for a 2-bar break. This looks like it's going to go higher. Okay. So we're going to start a new session. Let's just call it the live. Well, Cafe Trader live. I've been with one hand. That doesn't really work well. All right, so we're going to do AMT shoulder to POC. We're going to use, let's go MNQ, go MGC, and MCL. Could go MES too, actually. MCL, MES. All right, that'll be fine. Let's do a random date. Let's go back to maybe May of last year. And let's do 5. Not go too crazy. 25, let's go. This is 2, 3 months to the end of that. All right. All right. Give ourselves, actually, let's give ourselves $2,000. Like we would a prop firm. Perfect. Now we have the session. Ooh, look at this. They line me up with all of the factors here. I wonder if it will give me 30 seconds. It will give me 30 seconds. Look at that. TradeZella is so sick. If you guys have not messed with TradeZella and you want to get serious about trading seriously, having the ability to have even 30-second bars is absolutely insane. It's going to get even crazier, though. I was going to look at the 5-minute, but you know what? Let's just stick with the auction market theory here. All right, so let's bring ourselves to 8 o'clock. That's going to be when we take our first trades here. All right, so keeping an eye out, minute 40 seconds left. Want increased volume. This one is not going to get there. It is, unless we have something insane happen, it's not going to get there. So I'm going to either wait for a 3rd bar. I really want to see this thing shove up. Let's find out. 16 left. Okay, in general. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so on all of these, we're going to mark pre-market lows and pre-market highs. And I'm going to show you what I'm doing real time. Days here. Oh, I got my little ones waking up. Might be time for me to. Hold on 1 second. That. Okay, increased volume, a little bit of absorption. Let's see if I made above 50%. Didn't quite meet above 50%, so this is going to look like it's more likely that this fails and comes back down. Yeah. I wouldn't want to really get involved because we were looking for one more bar. Really getting a strong shoulder here, but I would expect this to at least go back down to point of control. Not something I'm interested in going short with. We want to stick to longs on this context today. Oh, might terrible. Really tough. That would have been a good trade a little bit earlier. We just. All right. Let's see if this will shove up into a big green bar. Get a little bit of a squeeze. Get higher volume than this. If that happens, we get a big extension. We're definitely going to go long. All right. Back testing. 8 o'clock. Running pre-market lows here. Market low, pre-market high. Here's your pre-market. Sure. All right. All same time. Let's see. High has. All right. Lastly, pre-market low. Pre-market high. Okay, so all of this, what we're doing is we're framing our context. So in the middle, we want to stay, we can go long or we can go short. If we start breaking below, we only want to go short. If we start going above, we only want to go long. So these are all of the ideas. Now let's put our little bit of auction market theory. So we'll do one day, and I think that'll be it. Close it off here because day to do it a little bit too wide for the of our settings. Yeah. So I already have the settings predisposed here. Right. A tinier here. This. And finally, actually, I don't have a lot of back testing on gold or oil, or the ES, actually. I mostly just trade the NASDAQ, but this will give us a good idea of what we could expect. Let's have another little peep here. At trade, fighting itself up there. There should be some kind of person absorbing those shares. Not too bad, though. But all right, we're going to do one day. So if I was going to put my orders anywhere, this is very choppy. That means that it could run through this whole thing, and we're sweep down lows here. This shoulder, I do not mind though how steep the shoulder is, so I would probably go long here. This would be my long, and my stop probably be dry. I would bring it back up to control. That would be one order. Also, this isn't too bad. Here, don't mind this. We would put a there. Don't mind that either. Kind of hitting the shoulder. This is a little bit of some insurance, and we grind just up the face of this touch, and that gives us a nice 2-to-1. Let me double check here. We're breaking out the upside again. I don't want to chase this. It looks pretty good long. But I'm definitely not going to get involved. I want to get a good entry. We only need like 20, 40 points. I don't need 100 points. So have another look here. So this one is above pre-market highs. I don't like how it's C-shaped here. This shoulder's not too bad though. Not too bad. So if I was going to take a long, probably take it and be very picky. Let's see here. Do we even get a 1-to-1? We do get a 1-to-1. That's probably where I would keep my order. Maybe up a hair. Make it a true 1-to-1. All right, so we would have gotten the, well, not quite the fill there because we need to get 1-on-1, but yeah. All right, and lastly down here, kind of the same thing, kind of messy like this. These guys are, the MES and the MNQ are kind of looking the same. I don't like any of this. I don't even like this. There's like no great nodes here. It's all chop. I probably still just take my long down. So this is where I would put my orders in for day. Right there. Back up to point of control. All right. So let's fast forward. Fast forward. If we get a fill on any of these. So on, where did this one go? Oh, did we not do this one? This one, middle of range. Don't have enough context. Probably would short this up here. One here somewhere. Here we're gonna put that back. That. All right, so I think we get the fill on this one. So let's see here. This isn't gonna be ideal. How do I show? How do I? Gonna make me buy all of them? That's gonna be low. Well, maybe we won't buy them, but we want to see the fills. So that's where we put the fill there. All right. Let's have a little look. Keep an eye on our main one. Update the volume. Except for still nothing too crazy. It's still looking kind of juicy long. I almost want to take a long off this little spike node over. There, we might take a little stab here. Might take a big stab, a quick hitter. Pop and lock up here. Put it in there. Put it thick. Make this knot pretty thick. This starts flowing down gnarly. It could be crazy. All right, let's go. So we got the fill here. Got the exit there. So we got our points on crude oil. That was a winner for 13 points. See what everything else does. We don't look at the market again until 10 o'clock. So we don't even take a peek at it. Oh, so here's a trade that we went for here. Copped entry. As you can see, there was a little bit of resistance, a little bit, tried to make its way back up, and then others aggressively sold back into point of control. Which honestly, now that I think about it, a point of control bounce would have been a nice move too. We could have done a point of control bounce back up to here, but that's all right. Already done. So we put our orders in. It's that. See where we're going to land here. Almost got that on the MES though. All right, let's see. Again, 10 o'clock. I close my laptop and we don't look again until 10 o'clock. All right. So we would have had one winner, one loser. And then we put in our new orders here. So everything gets updated. And gets updated. All right, now we have a little bit of a clearer image of our players. Oh, did we get the fill here? Oh, we did get the fill here. Got the fill here and got the take profit here. Boom. That was really nice on MES. Nailed that entry. Got that exit there. So, all right, it's hard to keep track of 4 of them, right? So we got two winners, 1 loser. And I think this was a really good winner here. So definitely made up for this. This was a winner. This was the, yeah, pretty solid. All in all, though, we do need to figure out. I would like to actually keep track of everything. If I just click buy, I think it does it for all of it. Does it for the NQ. What if I click this and then hit buy? Ah, that's what I could have done. Okay. Well, maybe we can just go back in time real quick. Actually, it won't take too much. Here. Back to 8 o'clock. Let's see. Bugs out on the volume profile bugs out on TradeZilla when you go back in time. And oh, all right, we need to go back. Where are we at here? We need to go back. All right, let's see here. 8 o'clock. Oh yeah, so we missed that first entry and got the second entry. 1 second intervals here. Oh, so we're gonna buy 5 of those. Plus here. Of it here. And back up to 32nd. Oh, that's what I could have done with 30. All right, then we're gonna move up. There's our exit. All right, let's go on. All right, there is our entry. Perfect. That is a good entry. Buy. Stop loss here. Profit here. This would be already pretty much done. There's the stop. Big drop. Keep an eye on our regular stocks here. Volume starting to shoulder out, telling us that there is a real seller coming, participating in this market. Which, if with this much absorption, we can see it put a lot of pressure here. I'm going to remove this order because this is going to put a lot of pressure on these buyers. In this specific context, I would have liked to see a drop, bars, and then a drop. Get up, but with all of these buyers getting trapped up here, this puts a lot of pressure on these buyers, which makes it accelerate further down. So, all right, let's go here. Let's see, we almost got our fill there. We did get our fill over here, though. Back a little bit. The 1 second intervals. There it is. All right, so we're going to buy those. I should have probably made it to where they're all the restore reward was the same. But in general, idea. Take profit on. You trade, which is killer. We didn't even look for it. So then that would bring us all the way to 10 o'clock. Right here. All right, now, so we reevaluate the markets. All right, so we had these winners, right? We have them already marked, so we're going to get rid of these. Our charts a little bit. And just remember, we're looking for these nice shoulders to point of control. So we're in the range here. I don't mind this short. It's not a bad short. It's already been touched twice, though. The only thing. So we might be a little bit more conservative. Play off this area here. Back to point of control. This has been a killer trade multiple times over. Touch a room. Touch a room. This is very messy, spotty. At the big drop. It looked like it wants to make its way back up to point of control. I'm not really interested in. I'll probably do a little trade here. I do like a little one. That gives us a 1-to-1. Yeah, we'll do a 1-to-1 like that. And again, when I'm trading this live, right? When I'm trading this live, I'm only spending a minute looking at these positions. That's really all I'm doing. We'll take this back up to point of control. I like that a lot. Put a stop there. I want to get wicked out, but yeah, this is looking bullish. And then we could even play the range here. We could play the short side here, back to point of control. Oh yeah, we'll play that both ways. We have a trade here. Let's see what we got here. This isn't too. It's kind of ugly. I'll play that. Back. We could even do that back to point of control. I don't really like the long side. All right, that's it. That's all my trades. Run it. See what happens. Check our live one. Starting to watch this break a little bit. I think it wants to. Boulder's starting to become a little steep here. All right, let's play. Oh, look at that. Right off the ripper here, we get the fill. So on this one, we're going to sell 5 here. Put our stop loss right above this, and we just want to play it back to point of control. Now, considering how strong this is going to put a lot of pressure. So this might get stopped out pretty quickly. This one also got the fill. So we're going to be selling 5 over here. Back to point of control. I think everything else is relatively chill, so I stopped out on both of these. Nice risk to reward, though. We managed that risk very nicely. Almost hitting our entry. Just hit our entry on this one, on the MCL. I think we might have to take a little bit bigger orders on MCL. We're going to do probably 10 on MCL because this isn't moving much. So let's sell 10 on MCL. Got that one. That's very nice. That's about right. 130. It probably took a little bit more, but that's good. All right. Look, that ended up working. Look at this. These trades ended up working. We just couldn't line up our stop. And honestly, it's really hard to tell you where you put your stop here. This one, we probably could have done a little bit more, and even at pre-market high as a stop. We definitely had the room. Even making it a 2-to-1 would have been fine. That would actually give us our take profit. So, but all in all, we only got 1 minute, so that's what we're doing. And look at that, perfect take profit. So this one was just a little bit of a misplay. That's all right though. And then we just run it until the end of the day. And I think that's going to be it for today. Let's see. Any last minute trades here? That was crazy. That flagged out like crazy. I don't see anything getting there. Ooh, almost got there. That was close. 1300 though. This is going to end here. There's a fill right there. So that would fill, but then it would close almost immediately. Yeah. We'll still do it anyways. But how much what in bar gives us? 1300. 1300. All right. 120. We'll take it. So it gets filled at. Ooh. That was a crazy drop over here. We actually have to hit that too. How many points is this? 5, 6 points. Points with 3 contracts. Actually not going to do much at all. Let's go back though. Well, whatever. You saw what kind of the idea, right? To fidget with this thing. You saw the idea. You saw how we only took a minute to do it, and we actually ended up profitable. So very quickly we were able to identify points of interest on auction market theory, and because of that we were able to make profit on this day. But we'll continue back testing these 4. I'm very interested actually in trading gold and oil and the ES because I have not done that and I want to see how slippery they are. All right, so any last minute things before we go? We ended up back to point of control here. I still don't mind this area for a long, but it's a very, very short long here. That's it. If this actually comes back up to this range, this could be a bear trap and a continuation. But besides that, that's it, guys. I hope you guys have a good day. And yeah, this is where I'm looking interested. So real quickly, if this is a bear trap here, I'm gonna take the long. I don't mind this pre-market high for a 10 points or so. If we come back down and then hit this, go back up to point of control, I'm going to short the point of control, maybe just for like 40 points. If we come back down, come up, short it. But that's all. Hope you guys have a good day. Catch me on live stream every day. Hope to see you guys there.